Some fights entertain you, others stay with you, not because they're louder or faster, but because something real is on the line. And often, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. The music, the silence, the rhythm of the moment. So why do some fights hit emotionally, while others disappear the moment they end? Welcome to Action Movie Insider. I'm Roman, and for over 15 years, I've been interviewing action stars, stunt performers, and filmmakers. Here, I break down what makes fights feel real, and why most modern action movies get it wrong. Most action today is built around choreography, but the fights we remember, they're built on people, their pain, their past, their need to prove something, and the soundtrack becomes part of that emotion, guiding how you feel every second. When a fight becomes personal, it stops being a scene and becomes a moment. Daniel LaRusso steps into the final match against Johnny Lawrence in The Karate Kid. But this isn't just a tournament. Daniel has been bullied, humiliated, pushed to his limit. Mr. Miyagi gave him more than technique. He gave him belief. And the score builds quietly in the background, not overpowering the fight, but lifting it. So when Daniel lands that crane kick, it's not just impact, it's release. A moment where music, story, and character all land at once. Rocky Balboa faces Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. But Rocky isn't just fighting a man. After Apollo Creed's death, this became personal. It's grief, revenge, pride, and the soundtrack drives it forward. That iconic intensity turning every exchange into something bigger than a fight. Drago feels mechanical. Rocky feels human. That contrast, visual and musical, is why every punch feels like it carries history behind it. Frank Dux enters the Kumite, an underground tournament built around reputation, pain, and survival. But beneath the spectacle, the fight becomes personal. Dux isn't just trying to prove he's the best, he's carrying the honor of his teacher. What gives these fights emotional impact isn't just the martial arts, it's the atmosphere. The soundtrack, especially tracks like Fight to Survive, turns the tournament into something larger than life, giving the film energy, tension, and identity. Tommy Lee faces Dae Han in The Best of the Best. This fight carries something deeper from the very start. The music here doesn't push aggression, it leans into emotion, reflection. And as the fight unfolds, something shifts. Tommy begins to see not an enemy, but a mirror. So when he chooses control over destruction, the fight stops being about revenge. It becomes about respect. And the soundtrack supports that shift, turning a fight into a moment of understanding. James Dalton in The Roadhouse isn't just fighting thugs, he's trying to control himself. Dalton's philosophy is simple. Be nice until it's time not to be nice. And the bar setting, combined with blues rock music, gives every fight a raw, grounded energy. These aren't clean, stylized exchanges. They feel messy, personal, real. Because Dalton isn't just fighting others. He's constantly fighting his own nature. That inner conflict is what gives these fights weight. The fights that stay with you aren't the most technical. They're the most personal. Because technique impresses the eye, but emotion connects to memory. And sound plays a bigger role than most people realize. The right score can elevate a moment or leave it empty. When you truly understand the character, their fear, their loss, their need to win or survive, every hit carries weight. And here's what many modern films miss. They build the choreography before they build the reason to care. The films we just looked at do the opposite. They build character, then use music and movement to deliver payoff. That's why a simple punch can land harder than the most complex sequence. Because the audience isn't reacting to the move. They're reacting to the meaning behind it. That's the difference between watching a fight and feeling it. In the next video, we'll break down why Hollywood keeps returning to underground fighting stories and what makes them so addictive to watch. If you see action differently now, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow TikTok and Instagram. Like this video and comment on which one of mentioned movies is your favorite. Before you go, quick one. I've just released my first action thriller, following a character you're going to hear more about on this channel, Nick Asano. It's a story about a vanished AI program, a global criminal syndicate, and a man pulled back into a world of violence he tried to leave behind. From Las Vegas to Vietnam, it blends grounded combat, real-world tactics, and the kind of action I talk about here. If you're into smart, hard-hitting action stories, check it out on Amazon.